Hello and welcome back to Jikook Diaries, the corner of YouTube where every glance, every smirk, and every breath between Jimin and Jungkook becomes a story we can't stop telling. Today, we're diving into a playful yet shocking topic. Is Jeon Jungkook completely outclassed by Park Jimin in 2025? It might sound controversial after all. Jungkook is the Golden Maknae. But armies who've been closely watching their recent interactions know that Jimin has been on a whole new level lately. And even Jungkook can't hide his awe, admiration, and utter surrender. Remember that one iconic moment when BTS showed up at a high-profile fashion event in Paris earlier this year? All members looked stunning. But when Jimin walked out of the black car in that custom silk suit, the world stopped. The cameras clicked, the crowd gasped, and even Jungkook, standing a few feet behind, was visibly caught off guard. His breath hitched, his eyes widened. He looked almost boyish again, transported back to the same 15-year-old who once saw Jimin for the first time and instantly knew this man would always be something extraordinary to him. In one viral video, Jungkook can be seen literally freezing as Jimin walked past him. His expression, utter disbelief. He even mumbled something under his breath that fans speculate was, "He's not real." It wasn't just the way Jimin looked, it was the way he moved. That ethereal elegance, the confidence, the untouchable grace. It was as if Park Jimin had transformed into a prince from another dimension. And Jungkook? Just another admirer in the crowd. And this wasn't an isolated moment. During a live-streamed interview, the boys were asked a light-hearted question. Who's the most charming member off stage in 2025? Without hesitation, Taeyong pointed to Jimin. Namjoon followed, then Yoongi, then Jin. All eyes turned to Jungkook, who laughed nervously and said, "I don't think I can compete with Jimin Hyung this year." The moment was raw, honest, and it left the fandom breathless. Jungkook, the powerhouse vocalist, the Jimhooned idol, the golden boy, just openly admitted that Jimin had him beat in the charm department. No pretense, no bravado, just truth. And then there was the 2025 Festa performance. Jimin's solo stage wasn't just a performance. It was an awakening. His choreography was a poetic masterpiece, and his vocals carried an emotional weight that silenced even the loudest crowds. What made it even more powerful was the shot of Jungkook in the audience. Eyes glassy, lips parted, hands clasped as if in prayer. Fans zoomed in and noticed he mouthed the word angel as Jimin hit the final note. That wasn't just admiration. That was reverence. It was as if he saw something divine in Jimin that night, and maybe, just maybe, he always has. And who could forget the Tokyo airport moment? The chaos, the whispers, the shared laughter. A fan shouted, "Jimin Appa, you're the best." To which Jimin, without missing a beat, turned to Jungkook and said, "They know the truth." Jungkook laughed, covering his face with his hoodie, not because he was shy, but because he had nothing to say. He couldn't argue. He didn't want to. He looked like someone who had accepted his fate, and that fate was simple. Park Jimin was in a league of his own, and Jungkook was lucky to orbit around him. Later, on Reverence, Jungkook shared a reflection that made armies' hearts ache in the most beautiful way. "Sometimes I watch Jimin Hyung and think, I'll never catch up, but maybe I don't need to. Maybe I just need to follow him, like a star I can't stop chasing." He deleted it just minutes later, but not before armies immortalized every word. That one sentence held so much weight. It wasn't defeat, it was devotion. 2025 has been a year where Park Jimin has radiated a new kind of glow. One that goes beyond appearances and dives deep into soul. He's been more poised, more expressive, and somehow more unreachable yet more vulnerable all at once. There's a serenity in his aura, like someone who has made peace with who he is and is finally embracing every facet of it. And Jungkook? He sees it, he feels it, he adores it. What's been especially poignant is how Jungkook seems to be looking at Jimin with new eyes lately. Like he's discovering him all over again. Like every day brings a new layer, a new detail to fall for. And maybe that's what makes their dynamic so profound. It keeps evolving, keeps deepening. There's no stagnation, only a continuous unraveling of connection that feels both intimate and eternal. But let's pause for a second. Is Jungkook really outclassed? Or is that just one lens to view this through? Maybe we're looking at it wrong. Maybe it's not about who shines brighter. Maybe it's about how Jungkook lets Jimin shine because he wants him to. Because he loves the way Jimin owns the spotlight, knowing he's not losing anything by stepping back. In fact, maybe he feels even more whole watching Jimin rise. And here's the most beautiful part. Jimin never rises alone. No matter how bright the spotlight is on him, he never forgets to turn around, reach back, and make sure Jungkook is right there with him. He doesn't let the admiration become isolation. He shares it. He softens it. He invites Jungkook into it with a quiet glance, a reassuring smile, or a small touch. That's not just chemistry. That's love in its purest, most respectful form. So is Jeon Jungkook completely outclassed by Park Jimin in 2025? Maybe, maybe not. But maybe that's not the point at all. Maybe what we're witnessing isn't a competition, but a celebration of one person's brilliance and another person's infinite love for it. Maybe Jungkook allows himself to be outclassed because watching someone you love become everything they were meant to be is its own kind of joy. And maybe Jimin knows exactly what that means. And in return, he reminds Jungkook, again and again, "You're right beside me, always." That's what makes Jikook so captivating. It's not just about looks, talent, or charm. It's about connection. A deep, glowing connection that no spotlight, no headline, and no fan theory can ever fully explain. But we'll keep trying. Because every time they look at each other, every time their hands brush or their laughter echoes just a bit longer than necessary, we see it too. The truth. And there you have it. ARMY's another chapter in the ever-evolving, breathtaking story of Jikook. Maybe Jungkook is outclassed, or maybe he's just in love with the way Jimin lights up the world. One thing's for sure. We're all just lucky witnesses to something so rare, so powerful, and so real. If you felt the butterflies, the warmth, or that quiet ache in your chest while watching their moments, you're not alone. Because that's what Jikook does. They don't just show love, they live it. And we get to watch it unfold like the most beautiful movie. Don't forget to like this video if your heart fluttered even once, comment your favorite 2025 Jikook moment below, and subscribe if you believe that what Jimin and Jungkook share goes beyond just friendship, it's something timeless. Until next time, this has been Jikook Diaries, where every glance tells a story, and every story brings us closer to the truth we already feel in our hearts. Stay soft, stay curious, and keep watching the stars. Dizzy.